guys? Welcome back to the DC Show. This is T. McNeil. Today is Saturday. Now, guys, let's actually talk some tech gaming news. It's been a little while since I've covered tech gaming news, information and stuff like that, but I want to definitely try to get back into that. Now, here's the deal, guys. For all of my gamers out there, there's actually a new accessory coming out for the PlayStation VR, and it's known as the 3D RUDDER Motion Controller. Alright guys, now this controller actually goes along with PlayStation VR. It gives you an even more immersive experience when it comes to gaming, and it's just specifically for the people that actually love VR. Now me personally, guys, I'm not a big fan of VR or virtual reality. I'm one of those what you call traditional gamers. This is what I like to do, guys, right here. Just standard controller in front of the big screen, and that's it. Okay, guys, so again, I'm not a big fan of the VR support or the VR, gameplay experience for that matter, but you guys let me know down below in the comment section how you guys feel as far as that is concerned. Okay, are you guys big supporters of PlayStation VR? Let me know, and if you are, then this information is obviously for you. All right, guys. But what we'll do, we'll go into some of the information on it. Obviously, there's no price point on this accessory as of yet, but it actually does launch on June the 17th. Okay, guys. So we got a little bit ways to go before this is actually in the until it hits the gaming market. Okay. But without further ado, we'll also put up some images of the actual PlayStation 3D RUDDER itself. They also talk about how the technology works and how it'll be incorporated into current games and future games that will support that type of technology. Okay, so guys, let's actually we'll throw up some images of it, and we'll go over the actual peripherals design. Okay, guys, now here's the image and the information. Now, it does say that the device is topped with a slim circular platform onto which you rest your feet. This platform rests on a rounded bottom half. The combination makes for an incredibly intuitive movement. You simply tilt your feet in the direction you want to move. The more angled the tilt, the faster that you move. Okay. It does go on to say, guys, that there's no sticks, no buttons. Inside of the device are IMUs, or inertial measurement units, and pressure sensitive sensors which track your movements and translate them to in-game motion. Now it says that we've demoed the 3D RUDDER at numerous shows and events, and everyone that has tried it has commended the seamlessness of the experience. So that's the gist of how it actually works. You guys let me know, like I said, how you feel about it. Like I said, I'm not really that interested in it, guys. I mean, like I said, I'm more of the traditional gamer, so to speak. But I get it, okay? I do understand that there's a market for this. Xbox even has something that's similar, or really the Oculus Rift, which I don't even think has actually came out yet. But I know Microsoft, a few years ago, back in 2013, when the original Xbox One actually launched, they were talking about including that whole VR support as well. So I do think that what Microsoft probably going to do in the near future, they'll probably include that in the upcoming Xbox 2, and we'll see where that goes. Okay, so like I said, I understand that there's a market for it. I wouldn't necessarily say that it's for everyone, because you have a lot of gamers out there that just don't care for it, like myself. And then you have a lot of gamers that do care for it. So I think it's just personal preference, and it's just basically giving consumers another way to play these games. Okay. Here's some more images, guys. Now this is actually, I'm guessing the box, the retail box that this 3D RUDDER is actually going to come in. And then we'll also talk about how it's going to improve the actual VR experience. Okay, now it does say that it provides a different kind of gameplay experience. It says Mixed Realms, the studio behind Sorrento VR, also coming soon to PSVR. The 3D RUDDER is an innovative device that provides a whole new form of movement for VR gamers. We see it as the hoverboard for virtual reality experiences. Now it goes on to say that Carbon Studio, the creator of the Wizards of Hands edition, agrees the 3D rudder allows for more free, precise, and intuitive control. Besides freeing up the hands, the controller allows for more kinds of movement. Alright. Now guys, let's actually put up another image so you guys can actually see. Now this young man right here, as you can see, he's sitting in his chair, and he's got his VR headset on, he's got the motion controls in his hand, and then he also has a 3D rudder around his feet. So it kind of shows you guys and gives you an idea of how the technology works. Now I can kind of see this in like shooting games, things like that. If you guys play games like Call of Duty, you can just imagine that you already have it in that 3D space with the virtual reality. Okay, you have the motion controls in your hand. Okay, you're able to control the weapons and the guns. You're able to push certain buttons with motions to select, the different weapons. And then with the 3D rudder technology, you're able to control the man on the ground as well. So if you're, going forward, you're able to kind of stop in your tracks. You're able to lean, and things like that. So I do understand the technology. Like I said, I know that there's a market for it, as I keep saying, but I don't think it's for everyone. Again, there's no price point on this, guys. So what do you guys think that a peripheral like this should actually cost? Now I know the VR at one point was well over $300. I'm not sure what it is right now. I think the prices actually came down a lot on it, but with this particular device, I'm not really sure how Sony's going to price this. I don't think it should cost that much. I mean, I'm looking at maybe that $100, maybe $150 range. But to me, guys, it really seems kind of gimmicky. I mean, and I say that because if you guys recall, back in the day when you had the racing wheels with the little fake pedals and things like that, I really wasn't into that either. Okay, I mean, because again, it was just too gimmicky. Okay, which is also something I think that Nintendo has a lot of issues with as well, even though they are a very innovative and creative company. But at the end of the day, a lot of these things is just, I don't think it's really needed in the market. I mean, but you do have your hardcore fan base. You have people that actually enjoy this, and they'll cough up and shell out all kind of dollars to make sure that they get it. Okay, so you guys let me know, like I said, down below in the comment section, how you guys feel about the information. If you guys have any other questions on the comments, also make sure that you leave that down below as well. Now guys, lastly, there is 25 plus compatible games at launch. I really wasn't able to put on the screen because the list is actually too big, so I couldn't really format it the way that I wanted to format it. But some of the games are Immortal Legacy, The Jade Cypher, Undead Citadel, Bow to Blood, Pirate Flight, the Wizards of Hands edition that was mentioned before, Operation Warcade, Telefrag VR, Pose, Darkness Roller Coaster, etc. Okay, now the Darkness Roller Coaster, I can actually see that in VR. That actually may be kind of cool to experience in virtual reality. I don't really know how the 3D rudder would play into that whole scenario, because all you're doing is riding a roller coaster, unless that'll actually control the roller coaster itself. Okay, so at the end of the day, I see what the industry's doing. I see how creative the minds and Sony and the people that's actually behind this whole PlayStation VR experience, I see what they're trying to do. But again, like I said, it has to be a certain market for it. Okay. Alright guys, so really quick update. The 3D rudder for the PlayStation VR will actually be retailing for $119. Okay, I actually just ran into the information while I was actually recording this video for you guys. Okay, so I did say between 100 and 150, so 119, that's a good price for it. Okay, so I am really glad that Sony is not overpricing this thing. A lot of these tech companies like Apple, like Samsung, etc. They seem to overprice a lot of this technology. These laptops, these MacBook Pros, these phones, everything is well over $1,000. Okay, that seems to be the normal trend for a lot of technology. So I'm glad to see that this VR accessory is only $119. So it's really not, breaking the bank, so to speak. It's affordable for most everyone, you know. And if you can't afford it, you know, guys, you can always go to GameStop and you can, you know, trade in different things to get store credit, and then you're able to actually purchase it off of that as well. Also, guys, quick side note, the 3D rudder is actually for PC as well. Okay, so didn't even know that. So you guys have it for the PlayStation VR, and it has a PC bundle as well too. So that one is going for $100. All right. So like I said, if you guys have any comments, any questions, let me know. You guys can definitely check Sony's website if you want even more information on the PlayStation 3D rudder. And let me know, guys, if this is something, if you obviously are a PlayStation 4 or a Sony fan for that matter, is this something that you guys will be interested in actually picking up for yourself or maybe for a loved one, okay? Also, guys, make sure that you like and share this content. I would definitely appreciate that. Also, if you enjoy the content, make sure that you hit the subscribe button. And lastly, do not forget to tap the bell symbol so that you receive notifications when the DC Show puts up new content. So I appreciate you guys watching and listening and tuning in. Until the next time, have a good one.